All right, so what we need to do now is we need to adjust this blower, the metal blower part, so that it's centered. We'll do that by loosening up the jam nut that we've got there. And remember that jam nut needs to be lined up with that flat part on the shaft, okay? Very, very important. Otherwise, you run the risk of it eventually just slipping and doing loop-de-loops, and you wonder why your fan's not working. And then you got a technician coming saying, oh, your fan's broke. You know, another $1,700. So let's loosen it up. And I'm just eyeballing center. There we go. Snug that down, and we're going to snug that down good. Okay. You know what's funny is I think that the old motor spun better. Oh, that's hilarious. How it is sometimes, right? Okay. Let's get it on upstairs. Let's get it installed, get the AC back on. All right, let's get this guy put back inside here. A little finagling to do. We'll have a little bit of maneuvering what we've got to do, but shouldn't be too bad. And keep in mind, we're looking for those. We want to slide it in those little tabs in the back. I'm not sure if I can have anything there to actually give me some good light or not. All right. Working these guys around. Go. I'm sorry if I'm in the way during some of this, but you know, I gotta get in here. And it'll kind of hold itself up in there, but not for long. It's just sheet metal. Man, that doesn't feel good. There we go. Let's get the top one. All right, finger started there. Sorry about that view there. Let's just verify. Yeah. Awesome. That's what we're looking for. Got it slid in there. It's a little bit of an awkward fit. Just because of, like, for me, maybe where your unit's at, it might not be in this kind of orientation, and it may be fine. But for me, it was a challenge. All right, hold on. I need to get a light on that because that doesn't look like it's going to the right spot. Just kind of good at fingers started. Remember, that was our 10 millimeter. Now we want to get our board back up in here. It's been hanging around a little too long, right? More wires than we know what to do with. You might not be able to see exactly what I'm doing. But at this point, it's just a matter of, there's a couple of tabs. That slides into, kind of holds it in place. And again, I can't tell you how thankful I am. It's still kind of rainy outside, because this would be miserable if I was doing this and this attic was 140 degrees. If you're like me, you end up having about 10 more than what you needed, because I'm always thinking, oh, you know, hey, oh, you know, I might need that, and I might need that, and I might need that. All right, so we got a couple things right off the bat that we want to look into. Remember these guys, they went to the relay up in here, and you're putting that on there, just gonna wiggle it down gently. I have another project. Hold the circuit board a little bit, give it some support while you plug these guys back in. They should snap on there. You have it kind of like a little snap as they connect on there. All right, listen, you guys need to go find it. There. Put you in timeout. All right, we got this guy here. He's gonna come up right there, connected in. So we've got our bypass switch, other connection that comes on there. Just throw him on there for now. Let's bring the white down. He wants to bring all his little friends. Let's bring white down. Get that reconnected where he belongs. There we go. That felt a little better. That first one didn't seem like it went on there very good. Okay. That. Let's put our kill switch in. You don't need to crank that down. Just snug it up. You don't want to risk stripping that out, and you're going to be on a journey finding a new sized sheet metal screw, one size bigger to work with. These guys, sometimes when they come out, they don't go back in the way they should. They raise a little burr, and then it becomes almost impossible to get it started back. Little friend, spider friend there coming down. Check out what's going on. It's all that ragged. I had to stop the video there. A little frustration with that guy. Got him started though. Oh, at least he wasn't the, actually, I think he was the last screw. It's either the last screw, last bolt, last nut. It's always the most difficult part of a project. Okay, so we've got our wires here, and I wrote down on a cheat sheet which wires went where on the circuit board here. Okay, so the first one up the bat is our black. That was our high-speed wire, and I'm going to try and kind of get them so they're not in a knot. Doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, and I'm getting ready to make it another freaking big deal. All right, black. Okay, blue is next. Okay, red. Red. And yellow. All right, there we go. All right. Now what I want to do is I want to verify, I'm going to get go back to my video, and I want to verify that one line connection is to the right place. I'm pretty sure it is. We'll go back and we'll double check all of everything we took apart on the outside here. Just double check that everything is connected where it's supposed to be. Then yeah, then we're gonna put the cover back on and crank this thing up and get going. All right, so we've aired everything. All the cables are exactly where they need to be. I am gonna actually run a little electrical tape around that one section of wires up there, the speed wires. They're just kind of laying on the very edge of the blower motor housing, and it's probably not, you know, a do or die type thing, but I'm just going to be a little extra cautious with this. So everything's looking good. Nothing's in the way. Everything is fastened down. All right, I'm gonna get the cover back on this. I think they did. I think the guy put it on backwards when he was here. Yep, he did. There's a little lip on the back side of that slides in and catches. Wow. Nothing more. Right over here. There we go. Outstanding. Now comes the scary part, right? We're gonna turn on the power, turn on the thermostat, and hey Eric, could you turn the AC on, please? Can turn it back to auto. And I think we have to wait about 5 minutes, perhaps, for this to cycle on. By the way, this is what do you want to call it, a side note to all this. I'm sure there's different ways you can do this, different ways to plug things in, disconnect things, how to clean, what to look out for, all that kind of stuff. I just showed what I did on this. All in all, this has probably been a 2.5 hour job, so not too bad for saving $1,300. I'll take that. 650 bucks an hour or whatever, some change. But so not really that bad, and I definitely had more tools than I needed. I didn't need any pliers, maybe some stuff to do tie straps, little electrical tape. Remember to take pictures on things. To where things are connected. 6mm socket for the shroud to get the blower, mechanical blower out to clean it. Everything else was 8 or 10. Handful of screws total. Remember the slides inside there? This is kind of like a scary wait now. I wish it would just turn on.
A few moments later.
Oh. There we go. Excellent. All right, y'all. Hey, listen, I hope you learned something. I learned, this is my first time doing this. So I watched some videos just like you probably are doing before you did the job. Super happy about this, not overly complicated. Good news is the fan's running, it's quiet. And I don't know if it'll be good for another 20 years, but it'll be good for hopefully another 10. I'll be happy with that. So I hope you learned something. I did. Appreciate you coming along the journey. If you like what you saw here, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. It means a lot to me and the other guys doing the videos and working on stuff in the driveway and around the house. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Come along on the journey. You either shake your head, laugh, or do both. But we'll have fun figuring all this stuff out, and hopefully we'll help each other, our families, save a bunch of money. This is Dutch out. Have a good one.